morning, students. So on the last one we were on unit 3rd and we have finished the topic types of the keys. We will be starting, we will be learning the types of the keys. So how many types of keys are there? They are mentioned over here. First is the primary key, then composite primary key, then alternate key, then candidate key, and then the foreign key. We will be studying it one by one. So the first key is the primary key. So what is primary key? It is used to identify one and only one instance of an entity uniquely. An entity can contain multiple keys, as we saw in person table. The key which is most suitable for those lists become a primary key. So as we already know that primary key is the unique identity, and it is used to identify one or only one instance at the entity uniquely, and it contains multiple keys. This key is which is most suitable for those lists become a primary key. The key which is most suitable for the list becomes a primary key. So example is given here. In the employee table, ID can be the primary key. It is unique for each employee. In the employee table, we can even select license number, passport number as primary key, since they are also unique. So they are taking example of the employee table. In that employee ID, see, each and everyone will be having the different employee ID. Each employee will be having the different IDs, so it will become the primary key. As like this also we can take the license number, passport number. So in short, primary key means the unique identity of record. Next one is the composite primary key. A key that consists of more than one attribute to uniquely identify rows, also known as record and tuples, in a table is called composite key or the composite primary key. So a key that consists of more than one attributes to uniquely identify that it's a row, then it is also known as the records or tuples. So it is called the composite key or composite primary key. It is a combination of two or more columns. So we are having the combination of two or more than two columns. It is the composite key. You can see in the figure also order ID, product ID, and the quantity. It is the example of composite primary key. Composite, which will be having the combination of two or more columns. Candidate key. A candidate key is an attribute or the set of an attribute which can uniquely identify a tuple. So candidate key is an attribute, or we can say it is a set of the attributes which can uniquely identify the tuples. The remaining attribute except for the primary key are considered as a candidate key. So the remaining attribute except the primary key, it will be considered as the candidate key. The candidate keys are as strong as the primary key. So candidate key is strong as primary key. Example is given here. In the employee table, ID is the best suited for the primary key. Rest of the attribute like SSN, then passport number, license number are considered as the primary key, as the candidate key. So employee ID is the primary key and rest of the things are the candidate key. Alternate key. Out of all candidate key, only one gets selected as primary key. Remaining keys are known as alternate or the secondary keys. So out of all the candidate key, only one of the key gets selected as a primary key, and remaining keys are the alternate or the secondary keys. In the employee table, this table has three attributes: employee ID, employee number, employee name. There are two candidate key in the above table: employee ID and the employee number. So example is given here of the employee table employee. The three attributes over here are employee ID, employee number, and the employee name. And there are two candidate keys in the above table. One of them is the employee ID, and the next is the employee number. Foreign keys are the column of the table which is used to point to the primary key of the another table. So foreign keys are the columns of the table which is used to point the primary key of the next table. They act as a cross reference between the tables. So they act like a cross reference between the two tables. In the employee table, department ID is the foreign key and both the tables are related. So in the employee table, department ID is the foreign key and both the tables are related to each other. RDBMS software, Relational Database Management System. So what is the full form of RDBMS? Relational Database Management System is a database where all the data is represented in sequence that are in the turn group into relationship. So RDBMS, it is a database where all the data is represented in a particular sequence that they are in turn group into the relation. They are means they are in some relationship. It is a database program that allows database user to perform different queries on relational database data. So it is a database program that allows the database user to perform different queries. Queries mean different questions, particular using the particular conditions on the relational database data. Example, companies can create and manage relational database with all kind of structured data such as employee data, customer data, sales data, phone number, census record, and legal record, etc. So example is given here of a company which can create and manage relational databases with all kind of structured data such as employee data, customer data, then sales data, then phone number, census record, and the legal record, etc. Top free RDBMS software. So here are some RDBMS software given over here: MariaDB, SQLite, Firebird, SQL Server, Express, etc. So in this we are able to see the diagram that RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, in which different tables are connected to each other. That means they are in some relationship to each other. It's a software that allows you to add data, update the database, search for values, and retrieve information. So it is a software that allows us to add the data, update the database, and search for the values also, and it retrieves the information. Some benefits include, some of the benefits include over here. It's having partitioning and replication schemes help businesses to improve their overall performance by meeting every business need. So partitioning and replication schemes which helps a business to improve their overall performance by the meetings or every business needs. Then multiple user can use the system simultaneously. So many of the users can use the system simultaneously at the same time. Easy to understand and use. SQL uses simple English language words, so it is easy to understand, and it uses SQL user simple English language keywords. Then availability and affordability, that it is available and it is affordable also.